horses are transported, the biggest concerns that you have are some sort of catastrophic injury that occurs due to stress of transportation. I think, we all remember International Velvet and having to euthanize a horse as it was being flown on the airplane back when. Horses nowadays have become much more accustomed, but there's still a lot of horses that become very stressed with transport that will become severely dehydrated as a result of dehydration, colic, gastrointestinal abnormalities, and then a sequela of abnormalities that can result following that stress can occur. Trauma, whenever you transport horses and horses behaving in manners that is not very self-preserving, can really affect things also. And then once they arrive, you get into oftentimes an ongoing treatment of subtle chronic issues leading up, because we have to remember that all of these horses have been competing at the highest level of competition that there is in their respective sports, and that wasn't just done in the last year. These aren't 2-year-olds who are running their first races. These are generally horses running between the age of 8 and 16 or 17 who have had long lives of competition, and competition, athletic high-end competition in every species is not without its bells and whistles as far as chronic arthritis, as far as low-grade underlying subchronic issues that come up. Chronic, foot issues that might happen, issues associated with joints and ligaments and tendons that are bothering the horses, maybe bothering them in a degree that it's not going to inhibit them from competing, but bothering them to a degree that they have to be managed and maintained. And you really have a strong limit on how much management you can do at an FEI competition, because these horses, when an individual runs in the Olympics, or when an individual competes in the professional football leagues, or when an individual competes as a professional basketball player, they're getting the benefit of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and they're getting the benefit of things that help with some of these low-grade chronic issues that are just going to occur, and these horses are going completely clean. And so we're there to help them and help the team veterinarians make sure that the horses are feeling as good as they possibly can without any medicinal assistance. The musculoskeletal system is going to definitively be the most important. Mm-hmm. The horses, when they're transported, their immune function dips down. With that stress, they have excessive productions of circulating cortisol levels. That puts them at much higher risk to the normal bacteria that are living in their body. They're being clustered together all of a sudden with animals that are healthy, we hope, but who certainly might be carrying different ranges of bacteria and different ranges of other organisms that they haven't been exposed to. So the susceptibility to respiratory infection, the susceptibility to gastrointestinal turnover, and the GI tract of the horse is really an exquisitely dynamic and sensitive organ. And when it begins to change dramatically, horses manifest it in many other ways, both with poor performance at the least, and maximally with severe laminitis, where they stop circulating blood to their feet and they ultimately go so unsound and lame that they have to be euthanized. So there is a plethora of dysfunction that can occur associated with the transport and the confinement and the stress that's going on. But we've really done everything we can, both in extending the time period in which foreign horses, or in which horses can enter the horse park prior to the competition. Horses are allowed on the park for 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks prior to the competition even beginning. So the horses really have time to get there, recover, and then go on. And the team veterinarians and the level of veterinary medicine for transport has really evolved a lot in the last 15 years. We're no longer sticking horses on ships and shipping them for 6 weeks to to get. And something like this wouldn't be possible, I think, unless we had this degree of sophistication with equine transport now.